If you want to make 6 figures a month by building a community, I'm going to show you exactly the system, method, and strategy that we're doing right now and that you can implement in the community section of our C4 process, which is content, conversation, community, and conversion. This is the community side, and it's building Facebook groups for profit, okay? Now, the best way to do this is usually with Facebook. A lot of people are doing Discords. We also have Slack communities, but people are already on Facebook, so it's easy to bring them there, especially if you're doing some sort of free group. Now, here's what we do. A lot of people have Facebook groups, but they're throwaways. They're throwing people into that community. They don't have good engagement rates. They're kind of getting spammed. They throw in content whenever they can, and the group is not profitable. And so you give it up. You give it up and you just start throwing more people in. It's a place to kind of stay, but you gotta start looking at it as your immediate email list, right? Text messages get opened immediately. Facebook groups get opened significantly more than oftentimes sending emails. And yeah, they don't get opened, but they get ringed, they get notified, and they get a lot of attention. We have a lot of communities. We have a community with over 150,000 people in Airbnb. It's the largest Airbnb community. We have another one for e-commerce. So the number one thing you have to do is specify what the group is about. If you made a group called Awesome Marketing Ideas, it's just too general. If you make a group called Sales Talk for Sales Pros, like my buddy Ryan Stewman, who has over 200,000 people in there and prints money from that thing, it's because it's specific. You can generalize it later once it starts to scale, but at the beginning you want to be very, very specific. So I'll give you one of our groups. It's Ecom Powerhouse, right? It's e-commerce, direct-to-consumer, D2C, and it shows you how to scale your e-commerce direct-to-consumer business using specific strategies and tactics. So here's what we do. We bring people in, oftentimes through free social media posts. We run a lead magnet, which is something for free, and on the back of them, we ask them to join the community. We send content emails and we ask them to join the community. So that is how we grow the community, right? Sometimes we do spend money on the lead magnet and then it brings people into that, or you can just straight drive traffic into the group and you're gonna pay anywhere from, depending on the niche, $3 to $10 to bring someone into that group. Then the process of doing that is you want to have them fill some stuff out before they join the group. Why? You don't want spammers and you don't want people that are not congruent with your goals. So asking simple questions like, what's your name, email, what's your main need inside of this? How long have you been doing this? What's your revenue right now inside of that? And what's your biggest need that we can help you with? Gives you someone that's a little bit more qualified. You get more information from that person, and it's not a bot, and you can kind of start seeing who is good and who is not. The next thing you're going to have here is you're going to want to have some sort of setter. You're going to want someone inside of the group that sees all that, and there's a lot of tools. We use a tool called Group Track. It is paid for. I don't know how much we pay for it, but there's a lot of other tools that you can use. We just like to use Group Track because we get the email, it zaps it into our email list, and we can see it almost kind of like a mini CRM. So inside of that, we have someone that already saw the pre-qualifications that we asked the people to fill out, and then they act as a concierge, kind of like a group support person. Hey, my name is John. Just saw that you joined the group. That's awesome. I see here that you have XYZ need, that you're doing XYZ as well. Is that true? What's going on? What that's gonna do is open up the other part of C4, which is conversations. And you wanna start having conversations with people immediately after they join the group. If you let them kind of fizzle, they will fizzle. If you just kind of hit them when you hit them, it's not timely, it might not be appropriate, they're kind of hitting you back on your time. It's almost like getting a random cold call, like, hey, this is so-and-so from whatever. Like, you don't really need to answer that. But if you filled something out, you get an immediate phone call, you're apt, you're ready, you know the congruency of like what that is. So speed to implementation on hitting someone up is very important on the conversation side of this section, right? And all you're doing, you're not selling them anything. You're just having a conversation, seeing what they need, seeing what's going on. Oftentimes, they're going to tell you something that they need, and you might have some sort of free training. The best thing for you to do is have a free training that kind of explains the most important topics that you know someone needs and direct them to that. Oh, well, that's awesome. It looks like you need more help with social media, or it looks like you need help scaling your ads. We're gonna send you something right now that you can check out. Then they check that out. Oftentimes that has an opportunity to go to an application. If not, the person can set it back up in a couple of days and say, hey, wanted to see how things were going. If you checked everything out, and you can kind of follow up with a congruent topic based on what they needed to see how you can help them and kind of move that along into the sales cycle, into the closer, okay? Now, a lot of times that results in phone calls immediately and that can result in sales, but more times than not too, people just got in there. You really don't walk up to girls and go, hey, I saw that you're at a club and you probably want to find a boyfriend or sleep with somebody. I'm that dude, right? Does it work sometimes, but most of the time it doesn't, right? You have to have a conversation, you got to take it to somewhere else. You want to kind of like build rapport, try to have some sort of like relationship with this person so they know, like, and trust you. So now we're going to go up into the content side of stuff, okay? In the content side of stuff, there's two methods. You can create content in the form of a presentation, webinar, VSL, video, etc. once a week and invite everybody from the group to join you, let's say at 3 p.m. because you're going to teach a very pertinent topic inside of your group. Okay, so you teach the topic, you give complete value, you do no push, no sale. At the end you go, hey, and if you want this recording, just text back the word recording or ask the question here, and then we'll send you everything. That gets the setter, again, having those conversations, pulling people into applying, and then having someone talk with a closer afterwards. The other way is just consistent content, and you can kind of do a two-prong approach here. In the morning, you, social media manager, whoever, can post a video because people are more apt to kind of want to wake up, they're in the bathroom, they're doing stuff, they want to watch a quick video. It's something that's relevant content, anything that you already have from your social media, from the content that you're creating, or create content from there and then push it out into your social media, which we can talk about later. And then in the afternoon, probably like 3 to 5 p.m., create some sort of a topic that's more written. Something written out, some sort of a story, some sort of a sequence, something like that. And if you have something, again, that you know that you gave value for, but you didn't finish everything, if you want us to give you the rest, or if you need a little bit more help, just DM the word help or the rest, whatever it is that you want to give them, and someone will reach out to you, have a conversation. So what you're doing with these groups is basically teaching, giving value, supporting them in what they need, and having conversations consistently. So the content that you're creating always goes into conversations. You're trying to stimulate conversations that are relevant for this person and can take them into a conversion, right? It can sell them what they need and how they need it in the time that they need this thing, okay? So you build this community, that's why it's C4. You're building this community, you're creating content for the community, that spurs the opportunity for conversations, and then from the conversation, you know exactly what to do to send it to the sales guy, the closer from the setter, and that's going to create your conversions. Try this step. We are using it in anywhere from Airbnb to personal brands, to e-commerce, all the way into e-commerce brands, people in different sections of menstrual products and wallet products, running products, and different things like that. So it works in e-commerce, it works for service companies, it works for coaches, in any kind of situation that you are in. So if you want more of this information, we're gonna be putting all this stuff out. Just follow @LosHustle here or on any social media channel, and we'll be putting out more stuff like this. So hope this video was helpful, guys. We'll talk to you soon.